it's Ian the Off-Kilter Crafter.
And I'm Becca.
And I'm Mac Cox.
And I'm Leo Ransom. Spoiler alert, she's the Mac, I'm the cheese.
So good. So good.
Kraft or Velveeta?
Oh.
Nailed it.
Spicy.
Oh.
Different thing.
Okay.
He just
All
said
right.
neither.
No, they've got mac and cheese with buffalo wing sauce.
Oh, I didn't know that. No thanks. But no, I am not a buffalo fan.
I don't like buffaloes.
No.
It's
No.
better than ketchup.
That is true.
Two things happened. He retorted and Mac's head went, you don't eat buffalo.
It's too spicy for me. I can't do it.
I don't like it. I
No.
don't like the way it smells. All right. So we covered wings. We should talk more about quilts and less
should.
about food.
We should.
Because I'm hungry and I could be here all night talking about food.
It's true. It's dinner time right now, so
Yeah.
we're recording this during dinner time.
Yeah.
So we should
Except for Mac.
Well, Mac
It's lunchtime for Mac and
It
cheese.
is Mac.
It is lunchtime for Mac.
It's she's all the way. I'm surprised her signal is going as quickly as it is all the way out there in California.
Los Angeles, California. And it's coming in great. I feel like we are no delay. I don't feel it.
Why? You should have done this at the Disney park. That would have been even better.
If you had done it later, we could have done it. I'll probably go to Disney after we're finished.
Great. I'll FaceTime you.
Just rub that in. Why don't you, Mac? Just rub that in. Anyways,
Take me on all the rides.
well, let's go ahead and talk about our quilts. I'll kick things off. You've seen the quilt that I have underneath this one before, but what I want to show off today is I've been working on making a Progress Pride quilt from the scraps that I have acquired over all these years. So I put together a Progress Pride flag, and I have enough for many more. So I'm going to be working on putting together more of these.
I don't have a quilt. I have an Afghan that my mom crocheted for me. I know I've shown it before.
You have?
I'm showing it again. But what I have that's new is this bag. Do you know what this bag is?
Sew
It's
together.
a lovely bag.
It's a lovely bag. It is a sew together bag. You've seen those bags that you unzip and they open up nice and flat and you've got 3 zippered pockets in it. Again, the pattern, because somebody's going to ask, is Sew Together, and it's by So Demented. So there you go. But the reason why I have this bag is because I'm calling it my Hexy wallet. Look, Leo, I started hand piecing. What in the world am I doing right now? Like, Ian keeps saying, who are you?
I do.
I'm
And I'm
addicted.
thinking, look at you.
Yeah. I'm very pleased with these. So I went to retreat last week. I didn't finish a dang thing, but I started a whole lot and I learned how to do some EPP and I've been working on Hexies. So that's my show and tell today.
Love it. Very nice.
Next.
Mac, what do you got?
Is it me? Is it me?
It is.
I am showing, we were just talking about going to the parks. This is my parks inspired quilt called Sosational 6. And if you know, you know. Like when you see it, you can kind of guess.
Oh, yeah. I
Mhm.
see Donald right
Yep,
there.
There he
I
is.
see Pluto.
Yep.
I
That's
see
them.
Mickey.
Mm-hmm. They're all hanging out in here. This is my inspired by quilt. And this one's got really cool quilting on it.
Oh,
My
yeah.
quilts are just amazing. And so you can see that she just went off when it comes to the quilting.
Oh, I love that look, there's Mickey right there.
Is
From the
that a
back,
pattern
it looks crazy good.
Is that a pattern that people could pick up if they wanted to
No.
do it?
People can pick up
Oh,
the
Mac,
Sosational
we
6.
need-
People can do this
we-
all day, but the quilting, no, that's just for this one.
No, the pattern. Like
Oh, the pattern.
piecing
Oh, yeah, the pattern. Come on over to M.A. Couture Crafting. You can get it there. You can get it at KC Maker Studio. You can get it at, oh my goodness, you can get it at Linda's. They have a kit. KC Maker Studio has the kit. Who else has it? Sewing Art Center has it. Those are it though. I did a really slow rollout for this pattern. So we just kind of started and then we just did a retreat with it. So not everybody has it yet. Not everybody even knows about it. I haven't told anybody about it. It's kind of being
Well, now you have.
here.
Exclusive.
Exclusive,
and
just
I'm
for
very-
for the podcast.
I'm already trying to think, can I make that before December?
Yeah, you can. I saw a woman make it in 8 hours at retreat. I couldn't believe it. It was unhinged the way she did it. It was crazy, but she did it.
Cool. What about you, Leo? What do you got?
Well, actually, I'm going to scoot back a little bit so you can see the whole thing. But this is my Louis Armstrong quilt, and it's one of my most recent quilts. And it was quilted by Nancy Johnson. And I love this quilt because I did his mouthpiece a different color from his body, just for a little bit of interest. And when Nancy quilted it, she asked me what my favorite song was and of Louis, and I told her either Wonderful World or Hello Dolly. So she found the sheet music, quilted in Hello Dolly, and then went back in between and quilted in Sound Waves. So I'm really happy and proud of this quilt. And I've got to get some more stickers made of it because it's going fast.
That's gorgeous.
I just loved Mac's reaction to that.
It was genius to put the sheet music in there because, I was thinking, oh, they were going to write the words in there. No. Took it a step further. Oh, that's amazing.
Quilted it.
Love that.
Yep.
Love it.
By the way, quick correction. I think you meant Nancy Houston, right?
Houston, yes. I'm sorry.
Yeah. No,
I'm also friends with a Nancy Johnson.
I thought it was the Nancy because you and I have both used Nancy for our quilting sometimes. So I was like, I think you mean Houston on that. So yeah, I just wanted to get that out there really quickly.
Thanks for the correction.
Absolutely. I'm here for you. And we have your shirt kind of is an exciting news tidbits.
Yes. On Thursday, I actually officially retired from Hobby Lobby. I was just a couple of weeks shy of 14 years, but I felt like the time had come. God has truly blessed me. I've traveled the last 3 months nonstop, and I want to be able to do this full time. So now I can pick up and go at a moment's notice, and I don't have to answer to anyone but myself and my husband.
Congratulations. That's so awesome. Yay!
Thank you.
Yay, golf clap.
So that means if you're listening to the podcast or watching the podcast and you want Leo to come talk to your guild or give a workshop or, I don't know, do all the things, make sure to check him out. We'll give all his info at the end of the episode so that way you can make sure to check out his website and book him. Have him come to your guild.
Yeah, come to my guild.
Yeah, come to the guild.
Come to the guild.
Come to the guild. So, I think we should kick things off because Leo and I believe Mac, you have both been on podcast and or other outlets before, but some people may not know who you are and how you got started. So let's kick things off. Mac, how did you get started in your quilting empire that you're building out over there?
I love
She's
when
taking
people
over
use
the
that
world.
word.
She is.
It just cracks me up. Empire, so silly. Let's see. It's so boring. I wish that my journey into this was so much more interesting than it is, but it's not. I've only been doing it a few years. I went to a show because I'm the kind of person that will go to a convention anywhere, just about. Like you just never know. I'll pop up just about anywhere. Went to a show, liked it, said, one day when I get some space, when I get something, when I get time, all the excuses that we make up, and they just will never show up. And I loved it, bought a sewing machine, and started quilting in 2019 and just haven't stopped. I just became obsessed with it. And that's kind of it. There was nothing interesting. There's not much to it. It wasn't like somebody passed it down and I've been doing it for years or anything. No. Went to a show. I went to a QuiltCon when it was here in Pasadena. loved it. And then I was like, well, this is cool one day. And then 2019 hit, and I was like, today, now, we're going to start it. And I've been doing it ever since.
Well, if I remember correctly, you started off in paper crafting just like I did, right?
Yes. I was a paper.
Yeah.
So the YouTube channel was built already, and I am a crafty girly. I love rubber stamps, and making cards. If anybody wants me to send them a card, send me your address. I'll write you a letter. That has nothing to do with anything, but I love sending cards still.
Yeah, I do too. I still every now and again send cards, although most of mine have turned into quilting postcards more than anything else. So I tend to do that more than anything now because I got rid of all my stamps, most like 99% of my stamps and crafting supplies because it didn't spark joy for me anymore. It wasn't fun. And I mean, I built my YouTube channel on paper crafting as well. And then it just kind of, I got blasé about it and I Marie Kondoed it and said, it doesn't spark joy. Goodbye. So I still have a few select stamp sets that I absolutely love, and I hold on and cherish those. But for the most part, all of my other stuff is gone.
I don't do paper crafting, but I do paper collecting. I can't resist buying journals and notebooks.
Yep.
I have a shelf of empty notebooks. The other day I needed one. I was like, oh, if only I had a notebook. Ian and Mary were in my sewing room with me, and we were planning our shop hop that we're going to do next weekend. And I was like, if only I had a notebook. And Ian was like, you need a notebook? I was like, no, it was a rhetorical question. Move. Whole shelf of them.
It was funny. It was really funny. Leo, what do you collect that's too much of?
Everything, especially fabric. I have a studio full of fabric back there. It's junky back there right now. That's the reason why I'm sitting in front of it, is to try and hide it. But I can't go anywhere without buying at least one piece of fabric. So I really think that I'm addicted to buying fabric.
That's okay. Everybody likes a good fart now and then.
Yeah.
For those that don't know, fabric acquisition road trip, or not gas.
I was very confused the first time I heard fart talked about in quilting. I was like, what? Huh? No, but I feel like, so Leo does a lot of, not collage, but portrait, sometimes collage, but a lot of portraits and stuff like that. And I feel like a lot of the times you need that one piece that's just like perfect for it. And so like I feel your pain, and like I think it's justified with having all of those, little pieces available.
See, like when I was doing this piece, I wanted something that was going to stand out. So this fabric on here is actually a glittery black. And I wanted the man in black to stand out. I didn't want him to just be plain and simple black. And then when I was working on his cohort, I decided, let's make it fun. And I put marijuana fabric on the back of it. So that's the reason why I think that I collect fabric, is because I never know what my subject might need. And I hate searching for it. So I tend to buy when I see and think about what I'm going to do with it later.
I think a lot of us do that. Mac,
Yeah.
do you buy fabric first?
No, I'm a pattern girl first. So I find a pattern and I fill it in with fabric, which I have the opposite problem that you guys all have. I don't have a huge, I mean, it's larger than most. I probably can't get through it all, but it's not what people would expect from a quilter when they say a fabric stash. I don't have a huge fabric stash. I have a ridiculous pattern collection. I'm drawn to patterns and then I find the fabric to fill it in. And I love that there are people who do it differently. There are pattern first people and then fabric first people.
Yeah.
What about you, Ian? What are you, fabric or pattern?
Usually fabric. Every now and again, I'll have a pattern that stands out, and I'm like, "Ooh, I want that pattern. I don't know what I'm going to make it with, but I want that pattern." But most of the time, I mean, my shelves are full of Tula, as everybody knows. Everybody knows at this point. But So a lot of times it's like the Roar collection. I like that collection, and I'm like, oh, I'm gonna do something with it. I don't know what, but I'm gonna do something with it. So, and then over the weekend I actually counted up my fat quarters of Halloween fabric, and I'm like, I'm definitely going to use that somewhere. And I was trying to figure out where to use. I went and found the pattern that I'm going to use for it because I had so much of the Halloween fat quarters.
Yep.
So
I think I'm probably with Mac on the patterns.
yeah,
I do like buying fabric, but the reason why I bought the fabric or would stock up on fabric before was because I never wanted to be, is a little bit like Leo was talking about.
yeah,
I never wanted to be in a position where I didn't have that color or that print that I knew I would eventually need. And a lot of the stuff that I was buying was designer, so it was one time print only. And if
yeah,
I didn't get it now, I wasn't going to get it unless I wanted to pay $80 for a yard of it. So I did that, but once when I moved into this house and I put all the fabric up on the shelves and got to actually organize it so it was by collection, by color, by print, I realized what I had and
mhm,
it kind of helped me ebb the spending on fabric. So I kind of curtail that to just a couple times a year when I do a road trip. But what I still have a problem with is patterns because patterns inspire me, right? Like I don't necessarily want to follow the pattern. I just like to have them as a lookbook. So I put them all in binders and I flip through them when I want to make something. And then when I see something that catches my eye, I do my own spin on it.
yeah, yeah. It's interesting to me because our guest today, Mac, is very pattern oriented.
Uh-huh.
Leo is very fabric oriented. Mac works off of patterns. Leo doesn't have any patterns that he works from for his creations, right? Leo?
Right. I find a photo and I create a pattern.
Yeah. What do you typically find yourself drawn to?
Actually, I've been doing a lot of celebrities, but people don't realize how many commissions I actually do. So I'm doing deceased loved ones, pets. Sometimes I'm out and about and I'll see a flower that grabs my attention and I'll take a picture of it so that I can do it later. So I'm I'm not really drawn to one particular thing, but people do know me for doing a lot of celebrities.
Yeah. I've seen your phone and you have rolls and rolls and rolls and rolls of inspirational photos I've literally seen him just stop and go click and then keep going, and I'm like, okay, something struck his fancy.
Yep.
I have no idea where to take any of that. But I was thinking about when you said that, what immediately popped into my brain was when Mac and Leo were in Richmond for Road to Virginia. I remember walking with him to the car and he stopped to snap a picture of something. I think it was a flower or whatever, but he literally did that thing. He was like, "Hold up, cheat," and then just kept walking.
Yep.
Yep.
Yep. There's
And also, when we were looking for the ice cream shop, I was snapping pictures out the window.
Yep. He sure
Yep.
was.
Cream.
I saw
You
it.
were.
I'm a
Can
picture
I have
snapper.
ice cream? I need some ice. Why'd you do that, Leo? Ice cream.
That's funny. I never take pictures of objects really. If you go through my phone, you'll see color stories. I take pictures of
Oh,
all the color stories that I like
yes. Yes.
randomly.
I have an obsession for those color cards that you save on Pinterest where you take the picture and then it pulls out like 6 color. Like that's what I want. I don't like I I found such a sucker for these. I found somebody on TikTok or Instagram selling the color story cards. Have you seen those?
Every set that
Bought
I
it.
come across, I buy.
Bought
There's
them.
probably some
All
right
of them.
There's
Yep.
some literally right there that I could grab. Literally
Yep.
right there. There's some over
Yep.
there. There's some over there. Yes, I do not play about color cards. I love it.
Yep.
We're the
And
What do you
same.
think? Go ahead, Leo.
I was gonna say, instead of me buying color cards, whenever I'm at Lowe's or Home Depot, I just go and start pulling color swatches.
Free
I
color
do that
cards.
too.
I have card rings where I have created color cards. So I'm just the opposite of y'all. Instead of buying them, I create them.
Hey, you want to go to Home Depot?
Sure, let's go.
See
I
ya.
do it all the time. I do the Home Depot ones too. I think I just like color chips. I could probably cover
Yeah.
this whole place with color cards. I love them.
Well,
Absolutely love
Mac,
them.
you are not somebody that shies away from boldness, from color. I mean, look at your backdrop, look at the quilt in front of you. You like bright, you like bold, you like in your face. So that does not surprise me at all.
I do. I'm known for playing with color.
You are.
It's my thing. It's my whole thing. They were looking at the ladies at the retreat this weekend were looking at my book, and the colors on the cover and the colors of the sample quilts, they didn't feel like they really reflected who I am in regards to color. But the samples that I brought for the show gave them a much they just felt more connected to me when they saw my recent variations of my quilts. They loved it. They were like, "See, this is who you are." And I realized people they do know me for being a bit colorful.
I mean, look at your microphone. It's glowing.
In rainbow colors.
And rainbow colors.
I'm actually a little jealous of your microphone. I'm like, hey, can we get some more microphones? Can we hook up can we get that
Go ahead.
microphone?
Go ahead. It's your turn to buy them. Yeah, no, like that's interesting to think about how I like the curated colors, right? Not to say that I don't dislike putting the colors together, but I also appreciate when somebody else does that.
Yeah.
So I think that kind of speaks a little bit to it lends itself to the projects too. If you think about it, Leo enjoys finding something and coming up with his own interpretation of it and putting that into a fabric portrait, where Mac likes to follow the pattern, right? And so that kind of blends it. Leo likes to make his own color cards, and I like to follow my own.
Yep.
Follow pre-made.
Yep. Leo works in all the colors though. I've seen his some of the portraits you do are really bright, and then some of them are
Very subdued.
very subdued.
Yes. With me, it depends on what the subject is telling me calls for. Because originally, when I did Martin Luther King, I did him in browns and grays. And it was because he was such a serious person. And now I have looked at some others and I'm like, okay, one of these days I'm going to get brave and bold and I am going to do a brightly colored version of Martin Luther King. I see him
I
in a
love
new
that.
light.
There you go.
Love that. That's going to be really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
Do you need some scraps? Ian's got some.
Actually, I have one of Ian's scraps that he left here when he lived in Texas.
He does?
Was it
Yes,
on purpose?
Yeah.
Oh.
Well, we switched out, I think, is what the deal was. So he didn't take it with him. And I was like, well, I'm going to keep it. It'll remind me of him.
Well, we did swap because when Leo and I worked together, we worked together on Lady Gaga portraits. And I had brought a whole bunch of different fabrics that I thought would work. But it's really interesting because the fabric does kind of tell its own story. Like the story that I had with my fabric that I brought wasn't working well with the portrait, and so he let me use some of his fabrics, which worked way better into that story. So yeah, I think we kind of traded a little bit.
That was a fun weekend.
It was. I enjoyed it.
2 weekends.
Yeah.
So let's talk a little bit more about our guest and help folks get to know Mac and Leo. And let's talk about some of the similarities that they have so that they can both share a bit about that.
Yeah.
One of the things that I heard you both talk about is speaking engagements and other types of workshops and classes. I know both of you have professionally taken that leap into that world. Mac, you have a book deal where you got to make a 3-yard quilt book with the lovely ladies from Fabric Cafe. I know you're doing workshops. I know you're doing lectures. You're doing all the things. If it has something to do with creative, you've got your foot in it somehow. And Leo, I know you have been dying for this day because you want to be able to travel and teach and do lectures and trunk shows full time. You want this to be your 9 to 5, and you're officially here. But you have been doing it along the way. You taught a class, few classes at Road to Virginia and QuiltCon, and I took one and it was amazing. So if you're teaching again and somebody's looking for a class, definitely recommend. But let's talk. That's something I want to get into. So let's talk a little bit about how you started off with that journey. What were your first gigs like? How did you find them? And looking back on it, if you had any advice to give to somebody that wanted to start teaching in a professional way, what would that be?
For me, I would say if you're going to start out teaching, teach smaller groups and work your way up to the larger groups. When I started out, I was teaching medium sized groups. And at the end of the day, I wanted to pull my hair out because I felt like I was the road runner for the entire class. And now that I've been doing it for a while, even without Stephen being there, it's one of those be with you in just a moment. And I'm moving at my own pace, but I'm not slowing my students down either. So I would say start out with smaller groups, practice until you hone your skill, and then start making the bigger steps.
Love that. What about you, Mac? What do you got?
I don't know. I don't know. I guess I do it, right?
Yeah,
I
you
don't know that I
do.
need to be telling folks how to do it. I do it. Um, and I've got some stuff coming up. I like it. I enjoy it. But that's just because I talk a lot. I love to engage and chat, and that's probably what I'm doing more than teaching. I'm just over there standing over people's shoulders talking all the quilty things. But if somebody wanted to get into it, I'd tell them go get it. Don't think it's going to come to you. My
Oh, yeah.
opportunities really didn't just fall into my lap. I knew, I have a plan and go get it. So if you say, hey, I want to start teaching, what does that look like? Where would you want to start teaching? Say you want to start teaching at the shows, find out how you do it and then go get it. Because again, people think that stuff just kind of comes for me. It does not. You gotta go get the things. I am rubbing shoulders with the people who do the things that I want to do. So we know people who teach, right? Like Leo, me, but people who do this on a much larger scale. Go to these people and say, hey, how did you get this? Who did you
Yep.
talk to? When did you apply? That kind of stuff. You've got to go get it. Don't think that this stuff is just going to fall into your lap because it's not. Well,
I
it
think
doesn't for me.
But I was going to say that's a really good point because when I first started doing this, I discovered Bisa Butler on Instagram. And I was always sending her some kind of a message, and she was responding. So I felt like I had a professional mentor, even though she might not have realized what she was doing at the time. And since then, I mean, she's blown up. And I'm sitting back there going, well, I knew her when she was able to talk to me. She's
I think that
busy. She stays busy, but she is
Yeah.
amazing.
I think those are both really good pieces of
Mm.
advice. Start small, but go after it. And those can be applied to just about everything that you do in the quilting
Yep.
world, right? So not everybody listening to this podcast has a desire to teach or to publish a book or do it or to have a YouTube channel or any of those things. Maybe they just have a desire to tackle curved piecing. Maybe they have a desire to tackle a portrait quilt. Maybe they have a desire to tackle EPP. The only way you're going to do it, you're going to achieve it, is to start. So
Yeah.
you have to take that first step and follow the path.
Well, I think that's why Leo's one of the first classes that he has is 2-color portrait or 2-color, excuse me, 2-color. Is it portrait? What is it? I don't remember.
Yeah.
It is a portrait, fabric.
Yeah. Yeah. So it starts people off with the basics and really lets you, I'm telling you all about your class, and you could, the expert is sitting right there and he could tell about it.
But yeah, I really like for people to start with the two fabric class. That way they can dabble just a little bit in color selection, seeing as how you need two fabrics that are going to complement each other and play well together. Also, you need one that's going to be dark, one that's going to be light if you want your image to have that wow factor. And people don't realize that two fabrics can make just as beautiful of a portrait as one of the collaged or the layered. Once you take that two fabric class, as I said, you see how much cutting is involved, and then you decide whether or not you want to jump into that next level. And I've had a lot of students say, "Oh, I'm one and done." And then I have others that say, I feel like I'm jumping in the deep end, but you have walked me through everything step by step, and I think I can do it. So I I encourage students to step outside of their box, try something new, try something different. Um, my oldest student was 89,
Mm.
and the only problem she had with her piece was her eyes. And I asked her, I said, let me take it home and do something with your eyes and I'll bring it back to you. And when I brought it back to her, it was actually a picture of her deceased grandson.
Oh.
And when I brought it back, she just burst into tears and hugged me. And I do stuff like that because not only did I want her to be happy with her piece, but I wanted it to be something that she would remember until she passed it on to someone.
Yeah. I have no idea how to follow that up.
Well, I
got
do
nothing.
because
I've never done anything that spectacular. I almost
Well,
yelled at somebody for not wanting to do a curve, but that's about. Oh God, I got nothing that profound.
Well, I was gonna
Mac,
say
I wanted to tell Mac that she and I actually have something in common. You and I both like one of the most simple patterns. Do you know which one that is?
A pattern that's simple,
A block pattern?
like a specific like quilt block.
Yes.
Oh, is it a 4-patch? Because I'm obsessed with 4-patches. Or a
No,
9-patch.
no, but it could be considered a nine-patch. It's on
Oh,
your
is
shirt.
it a churn dash?
Yes.
Oh, it's
I'm making a baby quilt
I
right now with a
love
churn
churn
dash.
dashes. Oh, that's my jam. It is my block. Love that.
But
Yes.
I thought about you when I chose that pattern.
It's my I don't know. I think everybody has a block though. I think that blocks are people are like, that's my jam. Like that block is my thing. Churn dashes are just mine. I can't explain it. I just am drawn to them. Anytime I see them, I want it. If it's in a pair of earrings, if it's in a pattern, my whole branding is built off of churn dashes. Everything. Just churn dash all the things.
I think there needs to be a block quiz somewhere. What's your quilting block?
Oh, I already know what mine is.
Oh,
What's yours?
I love stars,
Oh,
specifically the 8-point or the Lemoyne star. 8-point, I think it's an 8-point, and then the sawtooth star. And I will make variations of all of them. Anything with a star, like done. You don't
Ian,
know yours.
what's your block?
I don't know mine.
You don't know your block? Ian, you must
I
have a
don't.
quilt block that you just love.
Half square triangles.
That's a thing.
No,
He does
No?
do a lot of half square triangles.
I do. I
You do
do.
make a
But
lot of
He
it's,
may
sense.
be working on a quilt that's made of millions of them.
Yeah, I've
Oh,
seen him
wow.
cutting them. Half square triangles totally count.
They do.
They
I
totally
I do
count.
like star blocks, but I just don't know which I don't know which one of the star blocks because
You don't
there's
know if it's
only
the Ohio
5
Star.
million different star blocks out there. So
All of them.
yeah,
All the star blocks. I am definitely not a star blocks girl. Every time I see a star block, I
Neither am
run
I.
from it.
See?
If I see them in a sampler, I won't go for that sampler. Star blocks are not my favorite.
Really?
I know, man.
really.
Huh.
Random.
We both went,
Ah.
noted. See, I'm over here like, the more stars in that sampler, the better.
No, ma'am. No, ma'am.
Okay, good to know. Good to know.
Isn't that random?
It is,
It's
but it's
interesting. It's so interesting. I mean, that's what makes the world great is we all don't like the same thing. Like it would be a really boring world if we all liked exactly the same thing. But it's just interesting finding out people's personalities and finding out like, nope, they don't like that. Yep, they like that. Or, Tim Holtz, he's all browns and
Brown,
grays and blacks and all that.
right?
And then here we got Mac, who is
Not
rainbow
that.
bright.
I
So
am the opposite of Tim Holtz all
yeah,
day long, and yet I still am obsessed with his stuff.
I
I
know.
like
Me
a
too.
vibe. If you have a vibe, I like it.
Yeah.
I can appreciate it and I can duplicate it. I know exactly what to pull if I needed to pull something for Tim Holtz. Like
Yeah.
if Tim Holtz is my friend, which he totally should be. So if you're listening to him, we should be friends. And I think we have the same birthday. But and he loves Disney. He should totally be my friend. So there's that. But if I needed to pull something from him, I could. And I love that. Like now Becca knows, like if you see something that has a churn dash and is bright, that's me. That's me. It's for me. That kind of stuff. I like that. I like a vibe. I like a clear vibe.
Yeah. And he definitely has one. He definitely has a vibe. And he was when I was in paper crafting, he was like who I looked up to. One of them, of course, who I looked up to for like, I want to be like Tim Holtz someday.
Same. Same. I thought I was going to be the girl Tim Holtz. Actually,
Yep.
I really wanted to be like the girl Diane Reevely. She's really more of my jam, but between the two of them, like maybe if they had a mixed little baby, that would have been me. Maybe. I love her stuff. You guys have to look up her artwork. I really want to bring that into the quilting world somehow. I've got some ideas.
Yeah.
She's one of my favorites.
It was funny because I actually met Tim Holtz at a conference, and it was funny because when he was at Creativation, when Creativation was a thing, which for those who don't know, Creativation is like all arts and crafts and paper crafting and big conference that they would have every year. I don't know if they do it anymore or not, but he would get swamped because everybody wanted to be around Tim Holtz for his demos and all that kind of stuff. But at the conference I was at, it was all art supplies and stuff, and so a lot of people, some people knew who he was, but like his booth was empty when I walked in front of it. It was like, oh my gosh, this is such a weird thing that he has nobody in front of him after I've known him to be very popular at Creativation. So he also said that when he was at fabric conventions and stuff like that, like nobody would be in front of his booth because at the time no one knew him in the fabric world.
Very different experiences.
Yeah.
I would run into him at the stamp conventions and all that, and that's his niche. That's where he's popular. But
Yep.
Tim Holtz, outside of that, no, everybody's like, oh, okay, okay. I'm like, don't you know who that is?
Right. Same. I was schoolgirl fangirling
Yeah,
in front of his booth, and there's like no one else there, and I'm like, do you not know who this is, guys? Come
yeah.
on.
Nope, very
Nope.
different. He's like the perfect kind of celebrity. He's
Yeah.
he's famous in what he does, and he can go anywhere else and not be bothered, recognized, or anything.
Yeah.
But if he sets foot at a craft convention, he will be bombarded. He is that guy. He is the Tula Pink of the paper
Yes.
crafting world.
That's a good way to explain it.
Yeah. I'm a fan. And I got all his stuff, just a very different vibe. Brown. Lots of brown.
And that is why I am not into Tim Holtz.
Well, you're by yourself because I just bought Tim Holtz about a month ago.
Did you? For those of you who don't know, Tim Holtz is now drifted into the quilting world. He's got fabrics and things.
Yep.
And it's cool. It's different. It's different.
And the one that I acquired, I mean, as soon as I saw it, I was like, oh man, I've got to get this fabric. And it was out of stock. It stayed out of stock. It's still out of stock. I just happened to find someone that had some and decided that they weren't going to use it. So I bought every yard that she had.
20 yards later.
You know how to stock
I'm a minimum 2-yard guy.
Oh, are you?
Yes. because I never know. I might like that fabric so much that I need it in another piece. I mean, I've got an entire Riley Blake paparazzi collection over there under the work counter. 24 bolts.
Just in case. Just in case.
Oh, I'm using them in a series called Comic Strips.
Oh,
And it has the dots that remind you of the old Sunday comics with the dots.
yep.
And anyways, I'm using really simple pieces. I've already completed a Diana Ross. I'm getting ready to do Aretha Franklin, Elton John, Freddie Mercury, Cher. I mean, I've got a number of them that I'm going to do for that series.
Wow.
You know, Leo, as you're talking through the portraits that you're doing, it just sprung to my mind one of the things that I've been inspired to want to do, and it's honestly a bit overwhelming to think about, but I'm really intrigued by this. With all these hexes that I've been making, I started thinking, what if, because you were talking about the dots, right? What if I took a picture and convert it to a pixelated image and make a quilt out of hexes, but a pixelated version of a photo? Would that be cool? Sorry.
That would be very cool, but can I
And
up
it would
you
take me
one?
35 years.
Can I up you one though?
Sure.
Check into pointillism and cubism. And in
I won't remember
pointillism,
that.
there are dots and they're different sizes. And you can arrange those to where they can create a portrait. I am actually doing a self portrait using that technique.
Pointillism and what?
Cubism. Cubism is more like the Picasso type stuff.
Yeah. So like I've been thinking of, like, when I'm picturing this, what I'm picturing are those paintings that you see at an art gallery where it's made not from brush strokes but dots of paint.
Yes.
And I'm like, oh, I could do that. I would probably want to do it with smaller than 1-inch hexes, maybe the 1/2-inch hexes or something. But I think it could be done and it would be brilliant. And it draws my mind back to QuiltCon in Raleigh last year. There was, I think it was Scott Coley.
Yep.
He had a self-portrait made out of log cabins. And when you were right up on it, you just saw like the grays and the whites because it was a monochrome quilt. But then when you stepped back, the whole thing came into focus. And I kind of feel like that would be the vibe you would get from the hexie portrait as well.
But with the hexes, I think you could use different size hexes. It wouldn't have to be one particular size.
Yeah. Oh, now my juices are like, I'm ready. I need to go. But that's just to bring Mac into that conversation. That's probably as close as I'm going to get to curved piecing right now.
Curved piecing is easy. If I can do it, anybody can.
Although I will say, QuiltCon Phoenix, I can't remember her name, but I know she's, I want to say like Jen Kingswell, but I honestly, I don't even know what she looks like. So I'm grabbing that name because it's popping in the top of my, yeah, it is a real person, but I don't know if that's who it was. There was a lady sitting at a booth and she was showing curved piecing and she was selling these, these little packets and it had miniature rulers for like a curved square, a curved rectangle.
It wasn't Jen Kingswell.
I have no idea who that is.
I know exactly who it is. It's
like short
Betty
hair.
Crocker-ass. What's her name?
I'm sorry?
Betty Crocker-ass. That's who it was.
Yes. I don't know why I couldn't think of her name, but yes, that's who it was. So I bought her packet of templates, and also by the register they had taken solids of a bunch of different colors and cut them into 3-inch squares so you could make a little miniature quilt. So I bought both of those and I was like, this is the year that I'm going to learn curved piecing. That was in February. This is the year. So I bought it and I brought it back and I was all confident. And when I unpacked from QuiltCon and my shelves got tidied it got set behind, because they were templates, it got set behind my big rulers. I forgot I had it until 2 days ago. So maybe curved piecing will happen.
Beautiful. She does the most beautiful
She
work.
does.
Why I don't know why I can't think of her name, which is ridiculous because I know her, but but it's tiny. Now, if you're gonna start with curves and you're not Becca, I'd say start with a big, huge curve. Maybe not
Yes.
scary as tiny curves, but
Yes.
hey, you might love it because people take her class all the time and they're obsessed with that tiny.
I
But
love
the tinier
tiny
the curve
piecing.
is, it's more challenging. There's some technique
Yep.
to it. But the big curves, it's just like sewing a straight line. It's just smooth.
I
Easy work.
love tiny piecing, and so that's why I was kind of drawn to
Oh,
that.
then you'll like it.
Yeah,
Then
yeah,
you'll
yeah.
like it.
But I hear you on the big curves. So my friend Erin from Love So Modern has built her whole brand about retro and curves. So she has a book, Retro Curved Piecing or something like that. And she's got a bunch of patterns in there and they're all curves. And what I'm thinking about when you were saying that big curve, the thing that jumped to my mind is this quilt pattern that she has. It's like the old school Tupperware bowls and they're just half circles and they're big, but the effect that it has is amazing. And when I'm starting to think about those curves and I'm thinking, and this is one of the struggles that I've always had with a traditionally pieced quilt like Ian has here on his lap, you can only do so many things with squares, rectangles, and triangles before you just start duplicating what's already out there. There's only so many ways that you can arrange those shapes and colors before you're just making the same thing, which is part of the reason why I struggle with like sampler quilts or whatever, because I just end up making the same blocks that somebody else has made. But when you add in applique or you add in curved piecing or FPP or any of those other things, it just brings in a different dynamic and it allows you to make that even more yours.
Yeah.
I got to tackle curves. Dang it, Mac.
Whatever happened to that cassette quilt you were working on?
Oh, I gave that away.
Oh, okay.
Erin actually owned that. She had Radical Cassettes was the name of the pattern. And when she launched it, she was like, hey, do you want to do a sew along with me? I was like, sure, let's do it. And so I went and bought the kit. She gave me the pattern for free. And I was going to do every week of the sew along, I was going to do a video on it. And I got to week 1 and I was like, what do you mean do a curved corner? And I couldn't get past that curved corner of the tape. So all the pieces sat in the bin forever. And eventually I just pulled the plug and I was like, okay, I am going to bless somebody else with this kit that has already been cut and the pattern. They can take it. I will try it again later. And now I want to do that, but I also have no time to do anything. So it's on the list.
Leo has all the time now.
No, not really. Like today, I was playing with my 9-year-old nephew, and he's hanging out with Steven now. We ended up making a pillowcase with the French seam, and I ended up doing more of it than he did, but it was his first time, and just seeing him try to keep a consistent seam allowance was the funniest thing. And when he would get off, he would be like, oops, that's not like what I just did. And I'm like, and we're going to stop right there. Normally, I would make you take that out, but we're going to leave all your mistakes in there so that your mom can see those and people will know that you're the one that did this and not your uncle.
Oh, poor baby. He had to stay with his mistakes.
No, he was tickled pink at the end. I even posted a picture of him on Instagram, and he's standing there and he's holding his little pillowcase. He's very proud of it.
Oh, that's sweet.
I saw the picture. It's cute.
It was his first time, so that's the reason why I wanted the mistakes to stay there. That way, if he continues and he looks back on it like us as quilters, you look at where you started and where you're at now, and you can see the progression. And I want him to see the same thing.
Yeah.
I
If you look
have,
at all the mistakes that I leave in my stuff currently today.
amen, sister. Like,
Today, there's no picking
I
stuff out.
I
No.
get the comments all the time. They're like, I would like, it's perfect. I wished I could piece like that. And I'm like, girl, if you just stopped and paused the video, you would see my seams are off. My points are chopped off. Like it's all there. My
All there.
seams in the back are twisted, but it's done.
Yep. That's what I'm
I
good
do.
at. I'm good at finishing. I'm not trying, but I'm just not a precision sewist. And I think
Yep.
when I first got started, I was watching YouTube and I was watching Jenny Doe. Now, I don't know what her stuff looks like in person, but one of the reasons why I thought I could do it is because she was not worried about any of that.
That's right.
Jenny
Yeah.
just goes. And I was
Yep.
like, if she can do it, I should be able to do it. Jenny wasn't trying to be precise or a precision sewist. She was just sewing.
Yeah.
Yep. I remember when I started sewing and started getting into quilting, I was literally like you could not put a Missouri Star video in front of me and without me gobbling it up like start to finish right away. Like just I was craving it. I still watch them, but back then it was like my go-to, and it's because she made quilting feel accessible for me and she made it feel like something I could do. And one of the things, I don't know if she ever said it, I know she did mention and has mentioned in the past that her goal for quilts is to have them be used and loved. So she doesn't care
Yep.
about the quilt show quality. She doesn't care to make the art quilts. She wants the quilt to be loved, to be washed, and to be thrown on the floor and rolled around in. That's what she's trying to do. And so that really gave me a sense of freedom a little bit because I started sewing, I was trying to make clothing. And, if you're off a quarter of an inch on a dress, it may or may not fit, right? Like that quarter of an inch, that half of an inch can make all the difference in the world. But in the world of quilting, what's going to happen? You're going to chop off your point. Will it still go together? Yeah. Will it look show worthy? Maybe not, but it'll still keep you warm. So it made it just kind of made it something that I could gravitate to and allow myself to have some of that freedom to forgive myself for mistakes.
I think that, and so many people tell you and I and Mac, I believe probably you hear it too, of like, thank you for leaving in your mistakes and teaching us how to work through those
100%.
mistakes or whatever.
Yep.
Keep swimming.
I am a big proponent for when I'm making a video or a tutorial or whatever, there's always one moment where I'm like, well, that didn't go as planned. And then I want to show you like what I did wrong, what I was trying to do, and how I'm going to recover from it.
Yeah.
So I feel like if I had to claim my expertise, if I had to claim my brand or talk about what I bring to the world, it's how to recover from the boo-boos. Like it's not, I'm not an expert piecer. I'm not like the best. Well, I do feel like I write good patterns, but I don't have a lot of them. You know what I mean? I'm not a amazing fabric. I'm none of those things, but what I can help you do is overcome from the boo-boos because we all make them, right?
Leo never makes boo-boos.
Oh yeah. Leo makes boo-boos.
Yes, I do. Because sitting here listening to Becca, I'm like, yeah, if I don't have an intention for it to be a competition piece, there's times when I'm like, that color's not my favorite, but I'm going to leave it in there. And it might look good to someone else, even though it doesn't look good to me.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, even on the art side of it, you still make boo-boos, and it's like, own them, claim them, and go on about your business.
Yeah, the fear of failure is so strong in our community.
Oh my gosh.
Yes.
This woman almost had, I was like, she's going to have a breakdown over there in the corner this weekend. She was sewing curves for the first time. And I don't really, sometimes I will demo it for you. But for the most part, I just let you do it because the minute that you see somebody else do something, you adapt theirs. The minute that you see it, you'll turn your hands, you'll put your hands where I put my hands, and I got these claws, so you might not want to do what I do. So I will walk you through it until so that you get it kind of in your body how you want to do it. It's just my style. I let people figure it out by themselves the best way for them. She sewed a perfect, I kid you not. I don't know her first try was perfection. Everything lined up perfectly. She never jumped outside of that 1/4 inch seam. I don't know, she just can sew. But she had never sewn a curve before. And she sewed, and my rule is you give me 4 and then you can complain. Do not come to me complaining before the 4th. I don't want to hear about it. We're gonna get through it. We're fine. But she gets through her 4th one, and I think her 6th one wasn't perfect. Do you know she stopped? She was like, mm-mm. The 6th one, she stopped, and she stopped. She was done because the 6th one didn't come out perfectly. She's like, it's not perfect. So she knew she was sewing perfectly before, but that 6th one really bothered her. And I was like, but it's the 6th one. And it wasn't, when I say it wasn't perfect, it was definitely my version of perfect.
Yeah.
She couldn't handle it. I was like,
We all have friends out there, and you and I are thinking of one together that is that perfectionist sewist, right? Like I may know
Yep.
someone who has ripped every quilting stitch out of a finished quilt because they didn't like it or wanted to. I don't know if she actually did. I think we talked her out of it, but like, well, okay.
Well, I apparently have 2 friends that
is she a show quilter?
No.
no.
Wow.
But she is, well, we all know what we're talking about,
Yeah.
Mary, because
Yeah.
everybody knows Mary for being like
A
very
perfectionist.
a perfectionist. She has a way of doing it.
Mhm.
It's going to be this way, and she's not going to deviate from that method, right? Like, so it's not a bad thing. It's not a bad quality to have, but it is drastically different than my wing it and do it. Everything's meticulous, everything's planned out, and at the end she's got results that are chef's kiss, and I look like a hot mess express.
But no, I have only done that on one quilt. And it was because I had to send it with a pucker in it to a competition. But when I got it back, I mean, first thing I did was ripped out all of the quilting stitches and did my best to clear up a lot of the quilting holes. And then I requilted that quilt. So I've only done that on one, and it was actually one of my larger pieces.
Wow.
Yep. I actually can't give Mary too much slack here because I have a couple of quilts, one in particular that when I first got my Pro Stitcher, I was like, oh, I'm going to quilt this. And I laid it out in the long arm, and I didn't know enough about how to run Pro Stitcher to do what I wanted to do. And I quickly found myself within the first third of the quilt in a bind. And so Mary lovingly took this quilt that took me a while to put together, took it home and unpicked every single one of my quilting stitches and brought the quilt top back to me. So I look at Mac's face so that I could take it over. And
Yep.
that was an act of love on her part. So like I wouldn't have done that. In fact, I wasn't going to. And I'm also, by the way, looking at a quilt that is in the same condition that I started. It's a quilt that Ian designed and put together. And I was like, oh, you're going to let me quilt it. Great. And,
Yeah, it's still there.
yeah, it needs to be finished, but in order to finish it, all those stitches need to come out because it's not the right way of doing it. And maybe I'm a little bit like Mary when it comes to long arm quilting.
Yeah.
There is a way to do this, and this is how it should be done.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well, but you were also learning. Again, to be fair, we've
Still
talked
learning.
about this one before, but like she was learning, and now that you've learned, she's come a really long way since she started long arming
Handy
using
quilter,
Pro Stitcher.
reach out.
So
I'll teach Pro Stitcher. No, I feel like that. But Mac, you've taken the jump into the long arm world too recently.
Yes, I have. And boy, is it a world to jump into.
It is.
It is.
I was the girly who would throw her top at the at the quilter, running out the door and saying, "Do whatever you want." Now, oh my goodness. Now I'm so bad where I'm looking at pantographs and trying to think of a quilt pattern and then the fabric. I'm almost a panto first girly now.
Yep.
Quilting is but it's diving into this world has given me so much more insight on the whole quilting process. I look at things so differently. So one of the things I'm known for is traveling all around and kind of reviewing quilts in a way. And now the the quilting is so important. It's just important to me now where it wasn't before. Thread choices are important to me for the quilting where I didn't care before. I just didn't care. Just do your thing. I don't, whatever. And I'm very easy. I'm never going to be like that. That just doesn't, I'm never that girl. If I say do your thing, I mean do your thing. I'm not going to complain. But now I'm so meticulous about what the design is. I want to discuss it. I want to talk about scale.
Yep.
I'm in it, in it, in it,
Yep.
in it. I'm loving
Yep.
it. I am loving it. And I remember people telling me, oh, when you start quilting, you're not going to want a piece anymore. Or you're not going to enjoy quilting because you're such a piecer. No, turns out I really just love the whole process. I just love quilting. And yes, I am on my long arm journey. Follow along because you're watching a girl who knows nothing about long arming becoming a long armor. So
I was watching.
I'm
I was
loving it. I'm just so, everything is new to me. So I'm very excited about, well, I'm also just kind of excited, just kind of an excitable person. But I get very excited about pantographs that I find.
Yep.
Especially because most people just use geometric designs, which is um, been done. It's been done. So I like to do something different. Like, how can we make this quilt sing or just do something weird to it? And there are weird pantographs. It's just people are scared of them. So I am finding them and using them. So look for me for your weird quilting.
I have a couple of things on there. The first one I want to talk about or just mention in case you don't know. You need to follow Mac on her social media because one of the things that she's doing is taking you along for her long arm journey.
Yep.
So she's not showing you, she's not doing it from the aspect of, look what I did and just showing it off. She's literally taking you there through the struggles and talking about the struggles and showing you how she overcame them.
Yeah.
And I know that's a desire that a lot of folks have when it comes to long arm quilting. When I got Pro Stitcher, when I bought my long arm and then added Pro Stitcher years later, that was one of the pieces of feedback or questions that I got frequently is teach us. And I just, I didn't have the capacity to do that, but Mac, you are. And so maybe if that's you and you're still craving that content, you haven't checked out Mac's social media, you should.
Yeah, definitely.
The second thing that I'll highlight, and this is more of a question than a statement. I don't know when you bought your setup, but I got Pro Stitcher about 10 months ago. It was in October of 24. Yes, October 24. So I've had it for about 10 months. I feel like I have just like gobbled up everything I could possibly learn on that thing. I feel like I have tackled and learned and am, I don't want to say master, but I have figured out the edge to edge really well and I can knock that out in no time. And so what I've started leaning into is the custom quilting using Pro Stitcher, right? And that's where like the edge to edge pantographs, okay, fine, whatever. Yes, you want to pick one that flows with the quilt. Yes, you want to pick a thread choice that plays with the quilt. But when it comes to the custom quilting, like you have on that, right, it becomes a lot. You need that intentional pantograph. You need that intentional design, which leads me to another area that I've been tinkering with, and that's making my own pantographs. Because sometimes people, like, you have an idea of how you want something to be stitched out. I don't have the expertise or the talent to be able to free motion draw it. And I certainly don't have the time to practice doing that to get it just right. But I love technology. I'm a gadgets girl. I'm a techie girl. And I can use technology to take that drawing for that pantograph out of my head, digitize it, and have the automation stitch it out precisely.
Yeah.
And I'm excited about that.
Yeah.
I've just gotten in, well, no. I have just had someone do that for me. I've just run into that. You never know with me what I'm going to run into. And I was talking with a long armor and I'm like, "Hey, what do you think?" Because that's all I want to do is talk about quilting and long arming right now. And I'm like, "Hey, what do you think?" And she's like, "I'm inspired by that. I'd like to give you one that is specifically for that." And I'm like, "What?" It didn't even dawn on me. And I mean, I get it. People custom quilt all the time, but to have a custom pantograph that goes specifically with your quilt, there's something magical about it.
Yeah.
And then I was like, "You can do this, right? Like you actually can have this just done in that way. A
Yeah.
custom pantograph. It's one thing to have custom quilting done, where you're trying to stick something in a corner or whatnot, and it's very cool to have someone pull from your quilt design and your fabric choice and do a custom design. I stitched it out and I was on cloud nine. Y'all will see the video eventually. It'll come out because there's a lot of content to this journey of mine for long.
There was a quilt store that I went to in Denver, and the owner designs pantos, and they have quilting services in their store. And she was saying like, oh, if you can't find a panto that we have, I'll custom design one for you, and we'll bake it into the price of the quilting and everything. And I was like, oh wow, I didn't even think about that. That's a thing.
It's a thing.
That's a thing.
It's a thing.
Mac, what kind of long arm did you get?
I have an Anova. I have the Big Daddy, the 28-inch fully automated Anova. When I think of custom quilting, I always knew it would be digital. I'm not necessarily what I would consider techie. I am more of a Cricut kind of techie. Like I can work the heck out of a Cricut, design wise, that kind of thing, but not techie. Like I could barely get this microphone to work. But if you give me some Cricut design kind of software in that way, I could just figure it out. And I knew that I would be into the computerization, the automation of quilting. I knew that would be my thing, to try to figure out what goes where. That's such a thing. You don't think about it, but to know what feather to turn which direction to have stitched out in that area, that's a thing. There's decisions that are made
knowing how to work with the software to make it lay in there just perfect. One of the things that I learned about with the custom quilting using Pro Stitcher, you have a square, right? And so you need to mark out that square and then pick the pantograph or draw it out or whatever and plop the design in the square. But you have to make sure from the very beginning when you're marking out that square that you're not doing it directly in the seam allowance, because the fabric shifts. Even if you have it basted really well, the quilt can move a little bit and it can cause your stitching that you want to be in that square to bleed outside of it just a little bit. And so one of the biggest lessons that I've learned is if I have a square that finishes at 5 inches that I want to quilt in, when I'm marking it out, I'm doing it just shy of 5 inches so that I can make sure that my design stays in that square.
Yeah.
Sorry. I just got nerdy. But it's all those little things that you start to learn and you start to build up as experience with Pro Stitcher and automation and the technology and things, and then remembering to apply them as you're continuing on with your progression, right? Like it's not as easy as just, I have this, put it here, right? There's a lot more that goes into it than that.
Yep.
Yeah, absolutely.
So is that the name of your machine, by the way?
Tony Stark?
Oh, is that the name of your machine? Because I was thinking it was Big Daddy. Because I could just see you.
No.
Oh, okay.
No, it's Tony Stark when it's idle, but when it's running, we call it Iron Man.
Yep.
Gotcha. I thought you were just coming home every day, being like, "Hey, Big Daddy."
All right, that just took a turn.
No. Somebody told me that when it was running, I should have called it Jarvis, and I was like, I see where they were going with that.
Yes.
Yes.
Yep.
Hello, Jarvis. Oh man, if you could have all.
I know. I'm so ready for the Tony Stark days. Oh, sorry, Mac. What?
I said I missed the opportunity for that one.
Yeah.
That's okay. I think you just need to get another device.
Yeah, I think I do too. We'll have to talk about that later. There's so much that I really feel like I need to tell you guys. There's so many little things. The behind the scenes tea.
I'm just ready for the days that, like in Iron Man, when Tony Stark like threw up all the hologram screens and started moving them around and stuff. I'm like, why can't we have that? I want that. It's 2025. Can I have that?
We're probably close to it because at this point, AI. Just tell AI to our Jarvis. I guess just tell it to do it for us. Yeah. Just do it.
Yeah. Well, we had a whole conversation on that. That don't work out the way you think it would.
No, it does not.
AI does not make a quilt or a pattern very well. Just letting you know.
No.
Don't ever trust it for that. No. Don't trust the AI for any quilt measurements because it will not be the right size or shape.
They're not
It
there
also
yet.
can't do quilt math, which
No.
apparently is a thing.
It is.
So I feel like we have talked about all sorts of fun things, but I want to eat dinner.
Okay. All right.
So can we do our So Speedy round?
Sure. All
Let's
right.
do it. I'm ready.
First question, favorite fabric designer?
Tula Pink.
Riley Blake.
Okay, I want to challenge the Riley Blake because that's not a designer. That's a manufacturer.
The whole thing. The whole everybody.
All of
All
their
of them.
designers.
The whole everybody.
You can call me out on it, but I mean,
It's fine.
I even use it on traditional quilts.
It's fine. It's no, Leo. I'm just giving you a hard time. And Tula
But
Pink
if you
is
want to
obvious.
use her, then I'm going to use Tim Holtz.
Okay, fine.
Okay.
If you want to use a design, I can also see Tula Pink in the background of Mac. So
Yep. That tracks.
that tracks. All right, number 2, sweet or savory?
Sweet.
Savory.
Oh.
Mac cheese. Go ahead.
Do you name your sewing machines?
Yes.
I'm sorry I didn't hear that one.
Do you name your sewing machines?
Yes.
Okay, but what are they?
Well, my long arm is Prince. The one that I do all my sewing on is Zeus.
And we already know about Tony Stark.
So long arm is Tony Stark. This HD9 right here is AIO. There's a serger. What is the name? I can't think of the woman's name. They're all Disney names. So there is like Walt Disney over there. There's Prince Charming, which is the M7. There's Mickey. There's Walt. There's Darth Vader, and there's Darth Maul. I have a lot of machines. And then Flora, Fauna, and Merryweather are all right here, and then Aurora is right here.
course.
The dress is
Oh.
pink.
Blue.
The dress is blue. The dress is pink. Blue. All right, go, Ian. Oh, me.
It's you.
Hi. Hi. What's your sewing superpower?
Not
Oh,
caring.
Wait, what?
I said not caring. I do not care. Finish it. Just finish. Just finish it. Do not care. Okay, it's a little off. I don't care. Sorry, it's fine. That's
And I would
terrible.
say mine is patience.
Like,
Not caring, patience.
That was terrible.
Got it. Which UFO haunts you the most?
I'm gonna say this one right in front of me. It's stupid. It's literally the blocks are already done, and it's a 9 patch. It's stupid. It's just dumb. They're literally right there. It's 9 blocks, and it's been 2 years, and I haven't finished it. It's just stupid.
She said it's staring right at me.
It's there. It's right
And
there.
it's
there.
stupid.
Stupid. It is. It's right there. I see it.
Mine is a 365 sew along with 3-inch blocks. I am not a tiny piecer.
Tiny pizza.
3-inch blocks, is that tiny to you?
Yeah.
I was thinking more like 1.5 is tiny to me. Maybe 1 inch.
No, I tried that one and I got probably about 70 of the blocks done, and they're not perfect, but they're still sitting in a container. And I said one day I might attempt it again. And mine is 2 years old.
Mountains or beach vacation?
Mountains.
Beach.
Pre-cuts or yardage? What's your go-to?
Yardage.
Yardage.
Ever sewn something you immediately regretted?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
She said no, he said yes.
No. Mm-mm. Not immediately. No. It takes me a minute. Once you get in it, you're like, okay, this was a bad idea. But immediately, no.
Oh, I could pull mine out and show you right now.
Let's not do that.
Let's not make you mad right now. What's your
Mine is
favorite?
hanging over- I was gonna say mine's hanging over my head.
Oh, jeez. What's your favorite color combo to sew with?
Black and white.
Knew she was gonna say that.
Red, yellow, orange, and black.
That tracks. What about you, Ian?
Blue. Blue. Just blue.
Just blue.
Just blue.
Just blue. I just want a blue quilt. Blue. Scissors, rotary cutter, or complete chaos?
Rotary.
Complete chaos.
That tracks.
That definitely tracks. One sewing tool you cannot live without.
Those Tula Pink tweezers. So I'm a nail girly, and tweezers are life for me.
And mine are my Kai scissors.
If you could only eat one food for the rest of your life, what would it be?
Pizza.
Pizza.
I thought you were both going to say crabs. Go ahead.
That's like
I'll
top
eat
10.
crabs as long as I'm not sitting near Ian.
So the inside joke is when Mac and Leo were here in Virginia, after the quilt show, we went out to dinner. We went to a crab boil place. Did not do Maryland style crabs. We
No.
asked for them, did not get them. Next time you're here, we're taking you to Captain Pell's.
Yes.
Anywho, do you want to just tell them what Mac found?
In her backpack?
Yeah,
Yes.
the next day at the airport.
After going through TSA of everything, yeah, she definitely found the crab claw that went flying while I was trying to break open the crab claw at the table. So yeah,
I
that
can
was-
just picture the security agent like, what is that?
what is that thing? As her backpack's going down the conveyor on the screen, he's like, "What is that?"
That's
It was me
weird.
finding it that
Weird.
just, I was like,
Oh.
ew, what's in my bag? Gross. I was like, oh my gosh, it's the piece of crab that came flying across the table at me.
We couldn't
But you got-
find it. We found it the next day.
You got to take a memory home with you.
I did. I did.
I'm pretty sure she didn't take it home.
I hope she left it at the airport.
I left that at the airport in the trash can. Yeah. After it freaked me out, and my like, ugh, what could that be in my bag? Ew.
Coffee, tea, or neither?
Tea.
Coffee.
Yeah, I'm with you on that one, Leo.
Well, I drink mushroom coffee.
Oh,
Oh,
okay.
my.
I don't know that I could do that. Moving
Oh,
on.
it's really good.
What song gets you dancing every time?
I don't know what's dance. I can't even think of a song. Just about anything. You just put on. I'm probably gonna wiggle to just about anything. If you put on anything, I'm gonna start wiggling.
And mine is Mary J. Blige's Vibe.
I'll wiggle to that.
I wiggle every
Oh my
time.
Wiggle. I'm stealing that word. I'll wiggle.
I'll wiggle to that.
Wiggle, wiggle.
For sure.
Oh,
Just make it think.
We've already talked about this one, so this should be an easy one for y'all. If you were a quilt block, which one would you be?
Turn dash.
wonky turn dash.
Because you're the cheese.
Yep.
Dream
Oh.
celebrity to have dinner with.
Pharrell Williams.
Mm.
For a second, I thought you said for real. And then you said Pharrell. I was like, oh yeah.
Janet Jackson.
Nice.
Both good. What
Yeah.
would be yours?
Lady Gaga.
Oh,
Oh, that's a
100%.
good one
Yeah.
too.
Yeah.
I like it.
What is your guilty pleasure TV show or movie?
Oh.
Little Women, L.A.
And mine is actually, oh crap.
That's a good show.
That's a weird show. I've never heard of that one before.
I forgot the name of it. It's been a bit since we watched it. Okay, then I'm going to change. My guilty pleasure right now would be Sinners, the movie.
Okay. Well, first thing you do when you wake up.
Oh, it's so bad, but it's check my phone. I know I shouldn't, but it's check my phone. It's the first thing I do.
Same.
I go pee.
I go back to sleep.
Most used emoji.
Just the regular smiley face. I use it so much.
And that's funny because I use the cheesy smiley face.
Most used phrases in your daily life.
Make it make sense.
I've heard you say
I
that
s-
a million times.
Yes.
Make it make sense.
I totally understand.
I've heard you say that 100 times. What's yours?
I think we talked about this last time. It was like, really? No, it was, super. I say like super cool, super fun.
I don't hear you say that.
Or I used to say it on my YouTube channel a lot. Like,
Well,
oh, that
maybe
was
on your
super.
videos, but
Yeah.
in your day-to-day life, you do a lot of yup,
Yup.
yeah, yup,
Sure do.
Yep, you sure do. Like, I've learned with you that that is your way of following along with the story.
Yep.
Yep, see, there he goes again.
Exactly.
Active listening. I like your active listening. Okay.
I love it. Because sometimes you, like, people will just be like this. You're like, my husband, for example, are you listening? So he just did more people. No, and you have no idea because he's just sitting like this with making no sounds. So I appreciate the yup, yep,
Yep.
yep, yep, yep.
Yep.
What is mine? I feel like other people can tell you what you say all the time.
I'm trying to think because we hang out so much, but I can't think of something.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't know. It's probably, well, I mean, I do this, but it's not a saying. I just burst out into random song with whatever earworm I have.
Guys, it's been so great having you on the podcast today. Thank you, Mac and Leo, for joining us. Mac, where can we find you online? All the 105,000 places online, including in book distributors and Amazon and everything.
I mean,
if
just
you're
type
looking
Mac.
for me, you can find me at M.A. Couture Crafting or Mac Cox. That'll give you whatever you need.
There you
Awesome. Leo, where can we find you online, and where can we book you to come to our guild and talk to us about all sorts of fun stuff?
Just go to my website, Lions Den Quilting, and you should be able to follow me anywhere from there. Definitely, it will send me an email, and then I can instruct you further.
Awesome.
And you're both available for trunk shows, lectures, and workshops, right?
Yes.
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 Just want to put that out there.
Yes, we are.
And do you have your schedules on your websites, just out of curiosity?
No, because I don't want you to stalk me.
And I need to update mine, but I try to keep like local on my website, and I really need to start putting like when I'm doing somewhere else so that people from that area can catch me as well.
Yeah. Awesome. So great to have y'all. Thanks for being here.
Thank you.
This podcast isn't perfect.
It's definitely finished. So we'll see you next time, everyone. Thanks. Bye.
Bye.